Hello and welcome to Mr. Haas's Math Help videos. Today we're looking at surface area of three-dimensional objects. And basically what we've got here are something called nets. I don't know where they got the name for it, but what those things are, what nets are, is basically it's as if you took a box or a shape and you cut it along the lines and you flattened it out. The ones we're going to be looking at today are cubes, rectangular prisms, rectangular pyramid, triangular prism, and triangular pyramid. I didn't get the triangular prism done yet, but I'll get that to you in the next video. So if our cube, remember a cube, all the sides are the same. Well, that's a whole lot of fours, but basically what I'm trying to point out here is that every side is 4. There are 6 faces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A face is a side. So if I've got 6 of them, all I need to do is multiply that by the area of one of these faces. Well, they're all base times base, or base times height, 4 times 4 in this case. So if I had 6 times 4 times 4, let's see, I have 16 times 6, that's 60, 94, is that? 6. Let's see. I have 6 times 16. Well, that's 36, so it's 96. I'm sorry, 96. And it's units squared, because all of our units are going to be squared when we're working with these faces, these surface area problems. So let's take a look at a close relationship here, and that would be the rectangular prism. Now, I haven't gone through and written all the numbers like I did for the cube, because this, I'm just going to give you the formula. But I want you to think of like a Kleenex box. If I were to take a Kleenex box and flatten it out, the top of the box is the same as the bottom of the box. Front and back are the same as each other, and the sides are the same as each other. So really, all I have to do is figure out how much this side is here and multiply it by this side here. That will give me the b's. Since I know this, well, that's going to tell me this same one here, right? Because sides across a rectangle are the same. In the same sense, this side tells me that these guys are going to be the same, right? I'm going to label this a y, okay. And I'm going to give this a z over here. What is this? Well, this is a z. I could have done it using any different letter. Let's do that. Let's change this and say that this is going to be our base, right? This is going to be our height, and this is going to be our width. Okay? And so this is our height, right? This is going to be a height. This is the width. All these along here are going to be our width. Width, 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 width. We got that one. Here's a width. This is our base, our base. This is a base, and this is a base. Okay? So all you really have to do is come up with the area of base times height for these 3 different rectangles that they have, and then multiply them by 2, each of them by 2. Well, that's what we have down here. See, if I label this one A, I have base of A times the height of A. I've calculated out the area of this one, and I multiplied it by 2 because I've got 2 of those guys. Here I did rectangle B, base and height of that one. Notice it's base of B, height of B. So that's going to give me that, and I have 2 of those. So again, I have 2. All right, and finally our C rectangles. Again, it's base times height, right? And that's base of C, rectangle C, height of rectangle C. And again, we have 2 of those. You add these all up, okay? Now, got rectangular pyramid, a little bit trickier, okay? But it's still the same thing. And this could be a cube at the base. So it would have been a cube pyramid, but let's go with a rectangular one. So all you really got to do is find out 3 different shapes. Why? Because this triangle is going to be the same as that one. This triangle is going to be the same as that one. All right, that's why we got this number 2 over here. Figuring out the base, letter A, well, that's easy. 4 times 8, that's 32, right? Base is 32. To calculate out the triangle B, I take the dimensions of, in this case, I have 8 along here, and the height of my triangle is 12, I've written down. And remember that we have 1/2 base times height, and then there are 2 of those, one over here, one over here. So we multiply those together. Let's see, 8 times 12, that's 96, times 2 divided by half, or multiplied by half. Why multiply by half and then times 2? These are just going to cancel each other out. So it's 8 times 12 is 96. And that's B here, right? 96. The top and bottom triangles, their areas combined, these two together are 96. And if we look at the side triangles, right? They, in this case, are 4 by 14, right? 4 by 14. Again, our 2 and our 1/2 multiplied by each other, they're going to cancel, become 1. So 4 times 14 is 56. So C is 56. You just add them all up, and that gives us 184 in this case. And again, these are in units squared because it's laying flat, right? It's kind of like this way and that way, not up. Okay, let's talk about a triangular pyramid, okay? So a triangular pyramid is really, it's 4 triangles, and that's all you really got to do is run the 1/2 base times height for each of the 4 triangles. You add them all up, and your units are going to be square. Okay, well, I'm going to try and put in our triangular prism here. So triangular prism, really quick. Prism. Triprism. Basically what you have is you have a big old rectangle here, right? And on the ends, triangles. See, if you fold this up, it's kind of like a tent almost. Okay, so this one, obviously, these 2 triangles are going to be the same, right? So we have 1/2 times base times height times 2. And then we have to have one, well, we're going to have to know what this dimension is here, right? This, we're going to call this H1, this H2, this is H3. Right, and then we've got this base, which is going to be the same for all of them, right? So we could go through and say, all right, plus H1 times base plus H2 times base plus H3 times base. Now, if we were really lucky, we've got an equilateral triangle here, and all these H's are going to be the same. But if they're not, all you got to do is remember you're going to find out the value of the area of these 2 triangles, 1/2 base times height times 2. Again, these guys are going to cross out. You just got base times height of your triangle. Here you're finding out the base of this triangle, a rectangle, base of this rectangle, or area of this rectangle, and area of this rectangle. And you combine them all through addition. Okay, that's for our triangular prism. All right, well, I hope this has helped. If not, give me an email. I'll be happy to help out. Hang in there. Summer's on the way.